Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Stars Align Universe. Hello. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the audio. If you are here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. If you're listening on audio, you can always give the channel a follow. If you're interested, you can find me on YouTube at Stars Align Universe. Same title as the podcast. I wanted to keep it very simple for everybody. So today's reading is going to be a full moon to full moon. All right. The new moon to new moon, my bad. Since the new moon was in Libra, I decided a new moon to new moon reading would be reasonable, of course. So with that being said, please remember that this reading is for entertainment purposes only. It may or may not resonate. Only take what resonates and leave the rest for another person to claim. If you're interested, I will have a link for my Ko-Fi on my YouTube channel, and you can access readings and all that kind of good stuff, as well as memberships for that to get additional content if you're interested. If not, don't worry about it, right? Thank you so much. Let's cleanse the cards, the energy in the space. Cleanse the cards, the energy in the space. Cleanse the cards, the energy in the space, please. Spirit guide, guardian angels, ancestors, I ask for you to join me today in this reading for the all signs, full moon to full moon. What is it they need to know? What is it we need to see? What is it we need to hear? Full moon to full moon. Sorry, new moon to new moon. I keep getting that messed up, don't I? Yes, I do. Okay, so new moon to new moon would be balance and harmony. So balance and harmony, please. What is the balance and harmony? All right. Balance and harmony, please. What is the balance and harmony messages for all signs, Aries to Pisces, all signs, Aries to Pisces, new moon to new moon, balance and harmony information. And let's start with Pisces. We're going to go backwards today. So we're going to start with Pisces. So new moon to new moon, balance and harmony with Pisces, okay? Pisces, you have the Four of Swords in reverse, the Queen of Wands in reverse, and the Two of Pentacles. So for many of you seeking balance and harmony, I do see you kind of resting when you need to, but really pushing through in life, okay? The Queen of Swords is communicating kind of balance energy, and the Two of Pentacles is showing that you are communicating what it is you want to kind of achieve balance with others around you, okay? Aquarius, what do we have for Aquarius, please, for the new moon to new moon type energy here? What is it for Aquarius? Okay. What is it for Aquarius? So Aquarius, you have the King of Wands, the Ace of Cups in reverse, and the Knight of Wands in reverse. So I do see you standing in your power here. However, there's a lack of emotional communication or just emotional in this opportunity or where you're standing, right? And then the Knight of Wands in reverse is kind of telling me a little bit of uncertainty. I do see, because of this lack of communication here or emotions being shown, there's a little bit of uncertainty with somebody else, and you're not too sure where you're going from here, all right? So Capricorn, what do we have new moon to new moon for that balance and harmony? Capricorn, I see you with the Seven of Cups, the King of Swords in reverse, and the Three of Swords, King in reverse. The Seven of Cups is saying releasing what no longer works for you. The King of Swords in reverse is saying not like there might be a little bit of deception around you. And the Three of Cups, and I feel like some of you are deceiving yourself about information, all right? And then the Three of Swords in reverse is I do see you kind of getting over a little bit of heartbreak, okay? So then what do we have for Sagittarius? Sagittarius, new moon to new moon, please. What is it for our Sagittarius friends? New moon to new moon, please. What is it for our Sagittarius friends? New moon to new moon. Okay, Sagittarius, you have the Magician in reverse, the Six of Wands, and the Nine of Swords. So for many of you, may be feeling a little bit of lack luster here with like manifestation, your dreams, wishes, hopes coming true. However, I do see you standing in this power of independence with that Six of Wands. You've achieved something here. All right. And then the Nine of Swords, I do see you kind of with a little bit of fears with your achievements. So I believe that some people may be a little bit of jealous of your achievement, and that's something for you to pay attention, Sagittarius. Okay. It's kind of telling me to warn you about imposter syndrome. Okay. So what do we have for Scorpio with this new moon to new moon, please? What is it for our Scorpio friends for new moon to new moon? What is it for Scorpio for new moon to new moon? Scorpio, you have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, the Three of Pentacles in the reverse, and the High Priestess. So for Scorpio, for some of you, I do see you just trying to figure out finances, okay? And really trying to figure out where you're going right now. Some of you may feel a little bit lost. With the Eight of Pentacles, I definitely see so with this one, there's a woman sitting in a chair and she's working on like creative projects and, trying to like create. Some of you with the reversal, though, I feel a little bit, this may be a call for you to create, even though you're trying to figure out other stuff. To kind of ease your mind with things. It's telling you to make sure to continue having a hobby, kind of keep going, okay? With the Three of Pentacles in reverse, I do feel a little bit of lack of community around you on building, okay? But with that High Priestess, I do like this. I feel like many of you will find some kind of either higher level commitment or find a connection with source, whatever that means to you, or kind of find relief in something, right? Relief in yourself and just keep moving forward. Also, for some of you, I feel like you may be getting a message or downloads of a message very soon, just to kind of give you hopes on what direction you can take. Some of you may have some kind of dream or like clarity kind of situation happen for you. Okay. That would be Libra next. Okay. Libra, you have the Six of Cups in reverse, the Emperor, and the King of Swords in reverse. So Libra, many of you are kind of focusing on not great times right now with the Emperor. You may be very much standing in your masculine kind of energy, or there's a man around you, or not just a man, but like a masculine type energy around you that is standing in their power. However, the King of Swords in reverse, I do see a little bit of manipulation. Now, I don't know if it's your side or their side, but I do see a little bit of untruths being told, okay? Some of you are hyper fixated on some stuff that doesn't even make sense. Like it's almost, I just heard hallucinating almost. And I think you're the one being untrue in the situation here, okay? Or letting your mind play tricks on you. So what do we have next? We have Virgo. Virgo, you have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, the World, and the Ace of Wands in reverse. So Virgo, with the Seven of Pentacles, you may not see really any growth in something that you're doing. The World, I do see you, though, having some kind of achievement. And then the Ace of Wands in reverse is definitely working more on something that it is that you want to work with. You may see a little bit of success, so it might be enough encouragement to see you going. It's just not where you want it to be, right? Like planting the seeds to see a tree. It's just many roots right now growing is kind of where I'm seeing that you are. So you're you're kind of grounding your roots first before you can see success. Okay. Leo, let's see what we have for you, please. What is it for the Leos, please, from the new moon to the new moon? What is it for Leos for the new moon to the new moon? What is it for Leos for the new moon to the new moon? Okay, Leo, you have the Ten of Cups in reverse, the Devil, and the Five of Cups. So, Leo, what I see for you is a little bit of lack of like that family communication, connection, maybe you're more so working on yourself. You may be kind of reeling in from family a little bit is kind of what I'm seeing for some of you. Some of you may be working more on emotional stuff or kind of just keeping to yourself a little bit. And the Devil, I do see like toxic traits. So it could be like addictions such as shopping, like overconsumption, over cleaning. I'm seeing some of you, it's troubles with like mental health kind of stuff, right? I heard tics. Some of you maybe in like a really awkward space and you don't really want to like disrupt anybody. But yeah, I'm seeing not just that. Some of you are kind of like, maybe it could be very well other types of addictions, but for some of you, I definitely see shopping being an issue. And the Five of Cups is you acknowledging or needing to acknowledge where this issue is from. And it's kind of like needing to release the emotional baggage for you to kind of get a hone back in on that. Okay. Cancer, what do we have for you? Cancer, you have the Four Swords in reverse, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Star card in reverse. So Cancers, what I see for you with the Four of Swords in reverse is I do see opportunities. I do see you kind of leaving this mental little bit rest, constraint, whatever. Some of you may feel a little bit constrained, but I do see some of you kind of leaving this a little bit behind with the Queen of Pentacles, kind of really grounding yourself, right? The Queen of Pentacles, she looks very at peace. So I do see many of you kind of getting into that energy with the Star card in reverse. You're not quite where you want to be. Now, the interesting thing I really want to point out, and this is something I'm being shown, here in the Four of Swords in reverse, there's like a heart with like a yarn kind of, and there's like strings here, and they kind of go in through like thorns maybe, or something to do with this nest picture. The Four of Swords has a woman in a nest, okay, and then like some thorn things kind of like wrapping around her, but there's this heart yarn, okay. And then the Star card also has like a thing of yarn or rope surrounding the star and then into this woman's hands, and she's kind of sitting on the ground in this like beautiful rainbow dress, and you know it's nighttime, and the yarn both kind of goes off. And I see here that the heart can relieve to your dreams. And I think there's some connections that you have to make, Cancer, to really see how you can achieve your dreams that you want, okay? Through the heart. Next we have Gemini. So what is it for our Gemini friends, please? What is it for Gemini, please? What is it for Gemini? New moon to new moon energy for Gemini, please. Okay. Gemini. You have the Six of Cups in reverse. You have the Four of Wands in reverse and the Ten of Swords in reverse. So Gemini, some of you may be feeling a little bit on negative times, maybe having flashbacks to past tense situations that may resemble very much current situations, right? With the Four of Wands in reverse, I do see a little bit of not too independent energy. You may feel like either a lot of people are depending on you, or you're over depending on yourself, or you're being very fixated on stuff you need to do because you may be trying to distract yourself from stuff. You may have had a unfortunate event happen in your family life or friends or whatever. So some of you, I see distraction with the Ten of Swords in reverse. I don't see you really walking away from anybody. I do see you kind of like blocking your mental. You're just trying to focus on a passion or something. For many of you is kind of what I'm seeing, to not really think and not really feel too much, and just hone all those feelings and thinking into something that you love doing and creating, and hoping that kind of brings forth something else for you, right? All right, so that is going to be Taurus next. Taurus, what do we have for you, please? Okay, Taurus. We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse, the Queen of Wands in reverse, and the Ten of Swords in reverse. So Taurus, a little bit of lack of foundations here. The Queen of Wands in reverse, I do see a little bit lack of passion for something that you're doing. It's just kind of like a little bit of downhill slope for you. With the Ten of Swords in reverse, once again, it's like Gemini, I see a little bit of mental conflict that you're having right now. Okay. Next, we have the Aries. So Aries, what do we have for Aries, please? 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 What do we have for Aries? New moon to new moon, please. Okay. What do we have for Aries? New moon to new moon, please. What do we have for Aries? New moon to new moon, please. Okay, what do we have for Aries? New moon to new moon, please. All right, Aries, we have the Three of Swords in reverse, the Five of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles. So Aries, I do see you leaving a little bit of heartbreak behind. With the Five of Wands, I do see you really trying to build on moving forward and building on those passions and that's, your dreams, your creativity. I do see many of you doing that. With the Nine of Cups in reverse, I do see you maybe having a little bit of an emotional break at some point between the new moons, but I do see you picking yourself back up. Just remember that you do have support here. I mean, I believe here with that five, there is different people here building. So I do see that you do have support around you. Okay. So you're not quite alone in everything. You do have support, but I do see you very much determined on just making it through the day, kind of. Okay. So finally, what do we have for the water signs? Okay, water signs. What is the new moon to new moon message for the water signs, please? Okay, so water signs, we have the Page of Pentacles, the Magician in reverse, the Three of Cups. So water signs, a little bit of building energy, a little bit of uncertainty with dreams, but you have community around you. All right. Air signs, what do you have? Okay, you have the Six of Cups in reverse, the Eight of Wands in reverse, and the Six of Swords. So air signs, you may be a little bit on negative energy here, but the Eight of Wands in reverse is you may be feeling a little bit of lack of opportunities. However, the Six of Swords says you are willing to go in new directions if you need to. The earth signs, what do you have? Okay, we have the Five of Cups in reverse, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, and the Empress. So earth signs, a little bit of reluctancy to release some kind of emotions. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse is a little bit of lack of focus on money right now or some kind of stability. And the Empress, so however, I do see you trying to build something towards that kind of Empress energy, maybe more or less something that you're passionate about. Okay, it may not bring you the most greatest like stability or like riches or anything, but at least I feel like it will bring you something. Okay. Fire signs, here's what we have for you. So the Nine of Swords, the Six of Wands, and the Temperance in reverse. So for many of you fire signs, I do see unfortunate communication. With the Six of Wands, I do see you achieving something with celebrations. All right. Some of you, it's a celebration of life. And with the Temperance in reverse, I do see a little bit of lack of patience in some things around you. And it's kind of calling for you to remember to have patience with yourself as well as others around you. Okay. Then let's get into the collective energy, please. What is the collective energy for the full moon to the full moon, please? What is the collective energy to the full moon please? Okay. We have the Ace of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the Hermit in reverse. So for many of you, you may receive a little bit of communication. With the Eight of Cups, you may be a little bit emotional from it. And then the Hermit may cause a little bit of introspection, all right? So if that resonated, great. If not, throw it away. Thank you so much for listening or watching wherever you are in the world. I appreciate you. Please consider subscribing to the Stars Align Universe podcast. And once again, I hope you're having a lovely, wonderful, fantastic, beautiful day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you again very soon. Goodbye.